Hey guys, quick question. Do you randomly check your credit report? Most people don't. I didn't either until I found out that credit report errors are way more common than you think. And if you don't catch them, they can seriously hurt your credit score. In fact, I've had clients who were held back from renting or buying a home because of errors on their report. But don't worry, in this video, I'll show you how to spot those mistakes, fix them, and protect your credit score so you're in the best shape to rent or buy when that time comes. So the reason I wanted to talk about this is, as I mentioned, I've had a few clients lately that were ready to either buy or rent a home, and everything was going smoothly. And then suddenly, when their credit report was pulled, the score came back way lower than expected. And they had no idea why, right? Once we started to dig into their credit report further, we discovered mistakes, things that they didn't even know were there. So some of the most common errors that I've seen include debts that don't actually belong to them. Another one was misspelled names or wrong addresses. And believe it or not, small details like that can cause the system to possibly mix up your file with someone else's and cause even more issues down the line. And then the most common error that I've seen is that payments were made on time, but accidentally reported as late. So an error like that can have a huge impact and can cause your score to drop pretty fast. So let me give you a recent example. So one of my clients had been renting for a couple of years and was now finally ready to buy his first home. So everything was good to go, but when he pulled his credit report, he was shocked to see how low his score was. After looking into the report some more, we found that there was a charge from an old streaming service that he had canceled and already paid off. But it never ended up getting updated into the system, and it ended up going to collections. And just like that, his score dropped 90 points. So situations like this can really mess with your chances of getting approved for a loan or even renting a place, or like in my client's situation, buying a home. And the scary part is it can all happen without you even knowing, especially since most of us, we don't check our credit reports regularly because we usually only look at our reports when we need it for something, right? So knowing all of this, how can we stay on top of our credit reports? Well, the easiest way is to check it regularly. So what I try to do is check your credit score at least once a month. And the good thing is that most banks now let you check your score for free right on their apps, right? Which is super convenient. So just keep in mind that the score that you see on those bank apps might be a little higher than what you would see on full credit reports from Equifax or TransUnion, for example. And that's just because the bank apps don't show all of the details. So just keep that in mind. However, it's still a great way to keep an eye on your score and spot any sudden changes. So let's say you notice your score drops for no apparent reason, right? Well, that is your red flag to dig deeper and check your full report. So that is why I also recommend that you look at your full credit report at least once a year, just to make sure everything is accurate. So you can do this for free on services like Borrowwell, and that will give you the full breakdown of your report. And sometimes Equifax will also let you access your full report at no cost at least once a year. So I'll share all those links in the description box. Okay. So what do you do if you find an error on your credit report? Well, first off, the sooner you catch it, the better, because you're going to want to start fixing the issue right away because the process can take quite some time. So here's what you're going to do step by step. First, you're going to want to gather all of your proof. And what that means is collecting any documents that support your case. So for example, if your report shows an unpaid cell phone bill that you know you have already paid off, this is what you're going to do. You're going to grab all your proof of payment, like bank statement, any receipts of your final bill showing that you paid them off and the account was closed, right? Next, you're going to want to file a dispute. So you'll need to connect with either Equifax or TransUnion, depending on which report the error came from. And I'll leave the dispute links and phone numbers for both in the description box below. And finally, you're going to want to keep a paper trail. In my opinion, this step is super important. Keep records of all your communication with the creditor and the credit bureau, like emails, letters, or even call notes. You might need them later for if the issue drags on or if it just gets more complicated. Now keep in mind, this process is not instant. Small mistakes can take up to 60 to 90 days to resolve, and bigger issues like identity theft or fraud can take even longer. So the key is to act fast. As soon as you spot something that doesn't look right, reach out to the credit bureau and any lenders involved right away. So on a quick side note, I've had a few clients who used credit repair companies to actually help fix their credit report errors. So that's definitely an option if you know you don't want to handle it all yourself. Just remember that these services usually come with a fee. So to recap, mistakes on your credit report happen more often than you think, and that is why it's really important to check your credit score regularly, review your credit report, the entire thing at least once a year. Keep an eye out for anything that looks off and try to dispute any type of errors as soon as you find them. So keeping an eye on your credit is basically like checking your bank account regularly, right? It's just a part of staying on top of your financial health. It doesn't take much time, but it can save you a lot of stress later on. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And please don't forget to share this video with someone else who might need to hear this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.